What's up, dogs and dogettes? Welcome to Week 6 in the NFL Pick'em against the spread with your boy HARK'S 25 and Fitz Canada. Fitz, how you doing?
Too early for me, so that's my excuse if things go awry this week. But we're gonna try anyways. Gonna beat the coin again. Coin had a terrible week last week.
The coin did have a bad week. Let's go over how we did last week. I was 9-5 win-loss. I was 9-4-1 against the spread. Carolina cost me a chance at winning money. I would have been 10-3. Win-loss total, I'm finally above 500 at 39-38 against the spread. I'm 31-45-1, so catching up, only down 14 now instead of 20, which is all right. Fitz 7-7 last week. Straight up 40-37 overall, so he's got a one-game lead on me. Against the spread, he was 6-7-1, and he is actually 31-45-1 also. Not too bad. We're tied. And
I got some catching up to do this week though.
Coin against the spread was 5-9, and the coin overall is 22-23-1. So the coin's hovering around 500, which I guess we should expect because the coin does that.
That's right.
And we're recording this Sunday morning. The games kick off in about 2.5 hours. And I did have San Diego winning and covering the first game, and they actually did. And Fitz has told me he would have taken Denver. So I am one up on him this week. And we'll see what the coin does. Uh-oh. Reflip. Dropped on the ground. And the coin would have taken San Diego, the home team. Wow, well done, coin.
That coin's lying.
All right, let's get to the Sunday's games. All right, Buffalo at home, favored by 8 points against the visiting Colin Kaepernicks. 49ers. Now, Buffalo's been playing really well. They've won 3 straight games. They beat the Rams on the road, which I was very surprised with. Tyrod Taylor doesn't win much on the road. And then they've beaten, obviously, the Patriots and Arizona. The Patriots are out without Tom Brady, but that's all right. San Francisco's got to move all the way across the country. They have no receivers. Navarro Bowman's out. They don't have much for defense. I think even with Sammy Watkins still out for Buffalo, I think they're just going to put some points on the board. San Francisco's not going to do much. They're going to contain Kaepernick. Everybody's read the book on him now. And honestly, Blaine Gabbert is pretty much the same QB. Not as fast, but does a lot of running. So I just think Buffalo's going to win and cover this game.
I don't know. Buffalo's good, but are they 8 points spread good? I mean,
Well, they beat the Rams last week, 30-16.
Yeah. This is in Buffalo too, eh?
Yes.
All right, that's great. Let's go Buffalo winning cover.
All right, Buffalo winning cover.
Yep, that easy.
Oh, and the coin is going San Francisco treat. Little rice-a-roni. All right.
Coin's a big Kaepernick fan.
Real big. All right, next game, Washington at home, underdogs by 2 points against the Carson Wentz-led Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I waffled on this one a little bit, but I just came to the point that Washington's defense is so bad. Philly is really good on offense, really good defense. I'm actually starting them in our league this week. I didn't start them last week and still won, but I'll start them in this week and hopefully win. And I just think Carson Wentz, he doesn't turn the ball over. He finds the receivers. He marches them downfield. He's a good game manager. And Kirk Cousins, I mean, I think they lost their first 2 games at home already earlier this year. They're just not a good team. They've won 3 in a row, but they're just not that good of a team on the defensive side. So I think Philadelphia is going to just out-offense Washington's offense. Probably pick off Cousins once or twice, and they're going to win and cover this game.
Actually, I stuck with their defense. So I think I picked them up against the Browns 2 weeks ago for fantasy. And then I just decided to stick with them last week because there was nobody really better. And I think they played Baltimore. They did pretty well for me. So, I don't know. I think I'm going to give them one more week, see what happens. I don't think they're as bad as you think they are. And Kirk Cousins, even though he's pretty turnover prone, I don't know. I feel like this is the week that at home they finally step up. Those division games are always really weird, hard to judge in that division. So I'm going to take the Redskins to win and cover this game. I just think this is the week it all kind of comes together.
Okay. Very nice. Let's see what the coin does. Coin's going to Washington as well. I mean, honestly, it's a quarter and there's George Washington on the front, so it makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. I don't think Wentz is going to stay mistake-free this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. But, I mean, Washington is dead last against the run. I mean, they can just control the game with the run, and they didn't fix it in the offseason.
Until Ryan Matthews fumbles.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
That was brutal.
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't do that again this week, for my sake. All right, next game. Tennessee at home, favored by a touchdown against the Cleveland Browns. Now, Tennessee has been an underrated team, especially on the defensive side. And last week they showed what they can do on offense. Mariota had a big game, throwing for 3 scores, running for 1 in that crushing of Miami. And Miami's just a dumpster fire, only putting up 17 points at home. I got Tennessee winning and covering this game. I just think Cleveland, even with Cody Kessler back, they just don't have the offense. They're not that good of a road team. I think they'll stay competitive, but I think Tennessee's gonna pull away in the end, and that defense is gonna shut down Terrell Pryor and Duke Johnson Jr. and Crowell. So give me Tennessee to win and cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tennessee win and cover too. Like you, I think Cleveland might keep it kind of close, but I expect to see Tennessee just take over in garbage time. They got that really good running game. Once they start running the ball, they'll be up by like 4 points. They'll probably get a throw in another field goal or even a touchdown at the end of the game. Just enough to cover.
Yeah, DeMarco Murray's had an amazing year, so it's been a good transition from Philly for him. All right, coin is going Tennessee. Sticking with the heads. All right, next game. New York Giants at home, 3-point underdogs against the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore did absolutely nothing on offense last week against Washington, and Washington just has a terrible defense. But they fired Mark Trestman finally, and they're getting a new offensive coordinator in. They're going to take some shots downfield. The Giants, we've seen how bad they are on Sunday night against the Packers. I mean, Rodgers kept the Giants in that game with those 2 picks. The Packers just played really well. They just couldn't get in the end zone. And the Giants, there's something off about that team. Sterling Shepard had 2 catches, Victor Cruz none. Green Bay's the best run defense out there. But, man, it's just that O-line is not good that they have. I mean, they're in the backfield a lot, forcing that fumble on Eli. So I'm going to take Baltimore to cover and giving them the win, too. I was waffling on whether they're gonna win, but I'll take Baltimore to win and cover.
I'll take the Giants to win and cover. I think it is going to be a really close game. For some reason, Baltimore just always seems to play close games, no matter who it's against. But this is continuing my anti-Baltimore campaign. I just think that the Giants are the better team, plain and simple. I don't think firing Trestman is going to make that much of an immediate impact. I mean, yeah, throw the ball downfield. Who are they throwing to? Like, who does Flacco even have to throw to?
Well, I think he's got better receivers than San Francisco. You got Bashard Perriman, you got Kamar Aiken, you got Dennis Pitta, Terrence West. They got a decent offense. They just, I don't know, Mark Trestman didn't do anything in Chicago, so with Jay Cutler in that offense, it was just swing the ball out to Forte 90 times a season. I don't think he's just that good of a coach.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens this week, but I'm going to go with the Giants, especially after such a poor offensive outing against Green Bay. you always expect a guy like Eli Manning and that receiving core to come back and have a good week. So I'm going to go with the Giants.
Okay. The coin was flipped, and the coin is going Baltimore. Way to go, coin.
Fun fact, I was watching the CFL the other day, and the Giants coach, Ben McAdoo, apparently his brother is a coach in the CFL. Not a head coach, but a coordinator, I think.
Oh, wow, nice. He's trying to break through. Well, maybe he'll get hired on by Ben in New York, like the Ryan brothers.
Yeah.
Show some nepotism. All right, now the most fun game of the week, I think. New Orleans at home, underdogs by 3 points against the Carolina Panthers. Now, Cam Newton and Jonathan Stewart are coming back. The Panthers cost me last week, but I think they're going to come through this week. New Orleans has no defense. They play well in the Dome, but I think with Cam Newton coming off, 2 weeks rest, they're going to get an early lead. It's going to be tough for New Orleans coming back. There's going to be a lot of throwing, obviously. Well, there usually is, I guess. But I think the defense is going to step up for Carolina a little bit here. Pick Breeze off a couple times. And I just think Carolina is kind of due to have a good game. A game like we saw last year, especially with everybody back. So give me Carolina to win and cover this game.
I disagree. I don't think they're due. I think things are going to keep going wrong for them. With Cam Newton coming back, presumably not 100%. You know that he's going to play even if he's 90, 80, probably even 70%. This is going to be Bounty Gate all over again. You know that the coaches in New Orleans are saying, look, you get near Cam Newton, you hit him, and you hit him hard. And by the end of this game, we're going to have probably several hits that are going to look suspect for a little overzealous on the hits. There's going to be, I think that's going to upset Carolina. They're going to get angry. And you're right, the Saints defense does suck, but their offense certainly is good enough to keep up with most, if not any team in a shootout. And I think I'll take a Drew Brees-led offense against not 100% and frustrated Panthers offense. So I think the Saints pull this one out, win, cover.
Okay. We differ
It's
a
gonna
lot
be a
this
heated
week.
game.
The coin says Carolina.
Show them all Drew Brees.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see his splits. I know at home he is just incredible. So it's gonna be a fun game. It's gonna be a fun game. All right, next game. This is, I think, one of the toughest games to pick this week. Chicago at home, favored by 2 points against the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, Brian Hoyer has played way better than any Jay Cutler game in the past 2 years. He has over 1,000 yards passing and 6 touchdown passes, no interceptions the last 3 games. So he's averaging over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns a game, which is impressive. Jacksonville coming off a bye. They beat Indianapolis, got a little momentum, albeit it was in London, but they had 2 weeks to rest, 2 weeks to prepare. And Hoyer is a mistake-prone QB. We've seen that. We saw that last year in Houston. I think Jacksonville's just got too much of an offense. I think it finally gets on a roll here this week, and they're going to win in Chicago and cover.
Yep. Gonna go with Jacksonville as well. I'm actually surprised Chicago is favored, especially considering that Jacksonville looks like they still could be the best team in that division. It's kind of funny because the Colts suck, Houston sucks, and then you're left with Jacksonville, who's, let's say, they probably are. They're just not playing up to their potential. I mean, they almost beat Green Bay to start the year. They had some rough losses. The Baltimore lost. And then you have Tennessee. Like, it's not out of the question that Tennessee could win the division, you know. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're a pretty solid team.
Yeah, all of a sudden. So, I don't know. I think for Jacksonville to really stay in it, these are the kind of games they got to win. And they're coming off the bye. They already beat Indy 2 weeks ago. And I think they're going to keep it rolling. They're going to keep it rolling. They're going to stay in the hunt for that division title.
All right, sounds good. The coin agrees with the both of us. Going Jacksonville as well. All right, next game. Detroit at home, favored by 3.5 points against the LA Ramsa. I have LA Ramsa. I have RAMSA in my spreadsheet
Nice.
here. I just left it because it was pretty funny. Detroit coming off that big win against Philly last week. Just an unbelievable win, in my opinion. Especially Philly coming off a bye, too. Slay had a big interception. They got a fumble as well. Obviously, the first interception that Wentz has thrown. But it wasn't that bad of a thrown ball. It was just a great play on the ball that Slay made. The Rams just... I mean, Casey Keenum, it was tied 16-16, and Keenum throws a pick six. And they were marching down the field. And it just showed that Casey Keenum is not good enough to start in this league. I know they were 3-1 to start. That was mainly because of the defense. Casey Keenum is not good. Jared Goff is not good whenever he comes in. I'm taking Detroit to win and cover this game. I think the Rams are just they're not a good team. Fisher's the perennial 8-8, 7-9 team, and he showed it last week against Buffalo. It was just a sad effort. So give me Detroit this week.
Yeah, I'm going to go Detroit to win and cover as well, but this is just the kind of game that just where it looks like the Rams, oh, yeah, we can't believe in them. This is what they do. They go and they win those games. And this is what the Lions do. They lose these games right when you start believing in them. So
sure.
It really is the perfect time to take the Rams, but against better judgment, I'm going to go with the Lions. I really like Stafford and Marvin Jones having a big year. Good target for Stafford. Running game.
Well, they just picked up Justin Forsett.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's going to really help.
Yeah, their running game is terrible, especially with Abdullah going out. One of my starters in the fantasy league going out. One of 3 starters going out that week for me.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to go with the Lions here, though.
Okay, Cohen is going Ramza. And let's go next game. Miami at home, underdogs by 7.5 points to Pittsburgh. Now, I've been listening all week to sports radio, and everybody's like, well, Pittsburgh has a few of these games. They're 2-12 against when favored by 7 or more points on the road, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, probably most of the time they didn't have Roethlisberger, or they didn't have Le'Veon Bell, or they didn't have Antonio Brown. They have all 3 of those players
They're not
now.
playing Miami.
Yeah, and Miami is an absolute dumpster fire. I mean, their defense is bad. Their offense is so bad. I mean, to allow 31 points to Marcus Mariota and just have them march up and down the field down in Miami was... I mean, it's just sad to see the state of this team. That's why I just can't go with Miami. I just don't trust them. I mean, Jarvis Landry is probably the best player they got on that team. But, you know, they have no running game. Jay Ajayi is not good. Give me Pittsburgh for sure to win and cover this game. I don't think they're going to look past them. I think they're just going to look right at them and just bowl them over.
Yeah, I'm definitely going with Pittsburgh, too. I just cannot see a scenario where Miami can compete with them at any level. I just can't see it. I wonder if they're going to stick with, if things keep going this bad, are they really going to stick with Tannehill the whole year? Because I think Adam Gase, the new head coach, I understand he was hired on with the understanding that this is the last year that he has to stick with Tannehill because of his contract or whatever. Is he even going to bother sticking out the whole year with him if he's playing this bad? And you know he's not your guy in the future. And, like, what's the point, you know?
Yeah, and Gase is supposed to be some quarterback whisperer, and boy...
Right.
He's got to be shouting. You know, he's got to be shouting at Tannehill now.
Yeah, they're saying if Gase can't even get anything out of him, then, you know, it's pretty clear that it's just not going to work with him. So you start... you know, going to a backup just to see what they've got. I don't even know who their backup is on that team, but if it's a young guy and not just a career journeyman like a Charlie Whitehurst, then it might be worth giving him a go, because you never know.
Yeah, I have no idea who the backup is.
I'm going to say it's probably a young guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to... Miami. Where the heck is the Dolphin? There it is. Okay. Coin is going Miami. Speaking of Dolphins, let's take a look at their team depth chart here. Now that I have the 2 monitors set up, I can actually do this. All right, offense. Quarterback. Matt Moore, the backup. Matt
Oh, boy.
Moore, yeah. So that's probably why they're sticking with Tannehill. All right, let's go to the next game. New England favored by 9 points at home against our Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the Bengals coming off a big loss in Dallas. I think they're really missing, and we talked about this earlier, they're really missing Marvin Jones. They're really missing Eifert, Sanu. Jeremy Hill hasn't done much this year. Bernard's been a pleasant surprise. He's had some good games. But, I mean, A.J. Green can't do it all by himself, and that defense, when they're behind, it's just not working. The defense is better when the offense is ahead. And this is Tom Brady's coming home party. He torched Cleveland last week. I feel like there's going to be another few more torches added to the fire this week. And Tom Brady's not going to be stopped. Gronk's healthy. That team's healthy. It's going to be New England big over Cincinnati. I got them to win and cover.
Yeah, there's zero chance that the Bengals defense can slow them down. There's way too many weapons on that offense now that Brady's back. The double tight end is looking as deadly as ever. They find a way to run the ball. They've had enough practice doing that with Brady sidelined. And yeah, just that offense is going to run all over them, pass all over them. So the only way that the Bengals can keep it close is if that offense finally starts putting it together. And I think they've had some issues with play calling. I think really questionable what the new offensive coordinator has been doing there. But at the same time, the receivers just aren't getting open. And last week, it looked like boys against men out there against Dallas. The first, I want to say 3 drives, Dallas just demolished them. Touchdown each of the first 3 drives. Won the battle at the line. Just completely dominant. There's nothing that the Bengals could do offensively or defensively. It was hard to watch. It was a complete demolishing. So I have to go with the Patriots to win and cover this week. It would take a huge step up for the Bengals to even cover this game. I can't see how they could do it in their current state.
Yeah, I don't see it either, especially getting behind early, which is probably going to happen again.
Yeah, it feels like waiting to watch this game. It feels like back in the years between the Carson Palmer and Dalton era, where you have like Ryan Fitzpatrick and whoever the hell else they played at quarterback. Those like 3 and 13 years, where you watch the games expecting them to lose every time. You just want to see some nice plays, stuff like that. That's how I feel today. I just want to see some improvement, see some offensive success. That's really all my expectations are.
Yeah, and that's mine as well. The coin goes New England as well, so it's a clean sweep for New England this week.
Yeah, even the coin knows.
Yeah, the coin does know. All right, this game's going to be a little bit tougher. Oakland favored by a single point at home against the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Now, the Chiefs, I think, are they coming off a bye? I think they're coming off a bye. Andy Reid is some, like, 15-2 coming off a bye or something crazy record like that. Jamal Charles is back. He's healthy. I guess he's going to get the majority of the workload this week after only getting a few carries a couple weeks ago. Oakland just flying high with another big win last week. But that defense is suspect. And Kansas City, they have a good offense, especially with Charles back. There's going to be a lot of checkdowns out of the backfield. I mean, Charles and Tevin Coleman are very similar in what they can do out of the backfield. And Tevin Coleman's had a huge year so far, catching passes from Matt Ryan. But we'll get to that game next. I am picking Oakland to win and cover. I am not feeling very good about it. With Charles back, Kansas City usually has Oakland's number. But I got to go Oakland. I'm going to stick with the hot hand here. And Oakland's just going to do a little bit more on offense than Kansas City will.
I've got to go with Oakland too. Kansas City's just really, really disappointed me all year. Screwed me over by picking them. I think I'm done picking them against good teams anyways. If this were a lesser team, I might stick with KC, but they've just looked bad. That offense hasn't done anything. And like you said, Jamal Charles coming back. big Jamal Charles fan. He's an amazing player. He definitely could have that kind of impact that Le'Veon Bell has coming back, where he's just so good that you could plug him in and play him at any time and he'll have an impact. But I don't know. Oakland seems too good. I just gotta stick with Oakland until they start losing.
All right, that's a smart move. The coin says Kansas City though, so the coin differs. All right, let's go to that next game. This is gonna be a fun game, I think. What happens when a unstoppable force meets an immovable object? We got Seattle, the immovable object, and the unstoppable force, the Atlanta Falcons, meeting in Seattle. Seattle favored by 6.5 points, which is just, I think, a slap in the face of Atlanta because they've been playing so well, especially on offense. Seattle coming off a bye. Russell Wilson. I mean, Atlanta doesn't have a good defense. I think Wilson, Kristen Michael, Baldwin, all those guys are gonna, and especially Jimmy Graham, who has just been dominating this year, is gonna have a big game. But I mean, Atlanta with that offense, with those weapons they have, especially Coleman and Freeman out of the backfield, just a dynamic duo. If any team can stop them, it's Seattle. But I think Atlanta is going to cover this game. Give me Seattle winning it overall.
Yeah, this is a very tough one to call. I'm definitely going to take Atlanta to cover. I'm just not sure who will win. Because, hey, I stuck with them last week against Denver.
Yep.
They won and covered that one.
Yeah, they crushed Denver.
But Seattle has Russell Wilson. And that makes all the difference. You're not looking at Trevor Sims backed up half the bench.
Yep.
You're looking at a really good quarterback. And a team that's really finding their groove offensively, for sure. It looks like Jimmy Graham's probably going to have a monster game. Jeez. I want to pick Atlanta. I want to see them win. That'd be really cool if they could go out and beat Denver and then Seattle.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's say Atlanta wins.
All right, Atlanta wins.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see somebody stop their offense. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I agree. So it's a tough game to pick who's going to win, but I think Atlanta has a great shot. And the coin goes Seattle. The coin is the contrarian here this week. All right, now one of the most fun games, I think, of the week as well. Green Bay favored by 4.5 points against the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Now we saw what Dallas did to Cincy. Dak and Ezekiel Elliott, dynamic rookie duo. But Green Bay has the best run defense in the league by far. They're allowing less than 2 yards a carry through the first 4 games, which is unprecedented. And Dallas has the best rushing offense, having 155 yards per game of rush offense. So I think Green Bay is going to stifle Dallas, but I think it's going to be a close game because Aaron Rodgers has not looked the same this year. Their run game is kind of iffy. If Lacey doesn't play, he's kind of got an ankle injury. I know he's good to go, but he's not going to get 25 carries. Starks is not that good. I got Green Bay winning, but I got Dallas covering the 4.5 spread this week.
Yeah, I'm conflicted on this one. Gotta respect Dallas, and I respect the hell out of them after last week. Like I said, both their lines, their offensive and defensive line, just completely manhandled Cincinnati. I know Green Bay is, like you said, they got their run defense down. They're playing very well on the defensive line, but I don't know. I don't know that they've played really good running teams yet. And that Dallas offensive line is easily the best in the league. Like, it's not even close how good they are.
Yeah, they're really good.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Aaron Rodgers has not been playing his best ball. That's for sure. Yeah, I think I saw that he has like lowest completion percent or QBR something the last few weeks. Like some really bad stat. He's not.
Well, it doesn't help that James Starks dropped about 3 screen passes last week too.
Oh God, yeah.
Jordy dropped a couple. One that was intercepted. I mean, they had 5 or 6 drops last week, so I can't give it all on Rodgers.
No, but I mean, even last.
But it's still something is off.
Yeah, yeah. Just the unit as a whole is just not clicking. Something's not right there. And can Dallas take advantage of that? All right. Yeah. Let's say Dallas covers. Green Bay wins.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll keep it close. I mean, when you're a team that runs the ball that well, it's hard to lose by more than a touchdown. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you're less turnover prone than when you're throwing the ball. Just everything's just more consistent when you can run well. So every game they play should be close when you play that way. I'm just not sure that they could beat Aaron Rodgers. So I'll take Green Bay to win, but Cowboys keep it close.
All right, the coin says Dallas as well. So let's move on to the next game. Houston, the Sunday night game, favored by 3 points against Indianapolis. And we've seen Houston step up in class and basically get pushed back down the stairs. Indianapolis is a decent team. They were coming back against Jacksonville in London a couple weeks ago. Did they play last week? I don't even know. Yeah,
no, they had a bye last week.
No, they played Chicago. They played the Bears. And
Sorry,
I mean,
Jacksonville had a bye.
Yeah, they barely covered the spread against the Bears, but Brian Hoyer is a decent QB. We just haven't seen anything with Brock Osweiler to show that he's worth that $17 million a year. And we know what Andrew Luck can do. I mean, the team is healthy. Gore is a good runner. I think that the Indianapolis offense is going to be better than the Houston defense, and they're going to better them most of this game. So I'm taking Indianapolis to win and cover and upset Houston at home.
Well, I disagree with you about Indy being a decent team. I think they're terrible. But I think Houston's also pretty terrible. And I know, we all know that Indy has a better quarterback. So I am going to go with Indy, even though I think they are just awful. I think that, again, just like against Chicago, Luck does enough to get it done. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and sometimes a good QB is all you need to win some of these games.
There's going to be mistakes along the way, that's for sure. There's going to be turnovers probably both ways this game. So, I don't know. Could get messy, but I'm going to take Indy, win and cover.
All right, coin says Indy as well. So let's move on to the Monday night game. Arizona favored by 7.5 points against the New York Jets. Now, Decker is out. That's really going to hurt that offense. I think that's what was so big last year is when Marshall, Decker were both in there because they're both wide receiver ones.
Oh, yeah.
Marshall's trying to carry the team, and Nunwa didn't do much. He was injured last week, but he's coming back. I think the Arizona team kind of turned the corner against San Francisco last Thursday night. They had 10 days off. Carson Palmer's coming back. I mean, they put up 33 points with Drew Stanton, and Stanton looked pretty bad. Fitz made him look good, honestly. So I think Arizona's just all-around better team. Defense, David Johnson is an absolute beast. And we haven't seen much out of Forte the last few weeks. We haven't seen anything out of Fitzpatrick besides pickoffs. So give me Arizona to win and cover. I don't have to think too much about this game. The Jets just aren't that good of a team.
Now, are they rolling with Stanton again, or is Palmer
No, Palmer's back.
Palmer's back. Okay.
Guaranteed.
Okay. Well, I got to go with Arizona to do that. If it was Stanton, I'd probably take the Jets to cover. But
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would too.
yeah, I just can't see them. I don't know, because even with Palmer, they suck. Right? But I expect them to figure out the play calling. Probably a problem. You know, you've got David Johnson, for Christ's sake. Use him. And when you're throwing the ball, go to your guys Fitzgerald. You know, don't keep going to what's his name, Michael Floyd.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Floyd has done nothing this year.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna take care of it.
Arizona, well, the coin says Jets. Wow. The coin is going 9 away teams, 6 home. Whereas we're a little bit more equal. Well, no, you're going heavy on the home teams. You got 9 home, 6 away. I have 7 home, 8 away. So we're kind of favoring the away teams. A lot of good teams away this week. All right. Well, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun day. Kick off in 2 hours. So good luck on your fantasy team, Fitz. Good luck to everyone out there. Put your picks below if you want to try and beat us. I've been coming on the last few weeks. 9 wins each week. So I think I'm going to get at least another 9 this week. I'm feeling pretty good about my skills now. So anything else, Fitz?
Well, I don't know. I'm just hoping to beat you this week because you pretty much caught up to me the last couple of weeks. You've been better than me. So even though we are mostly the same pick this week, I think there were 2 at least that were different. So those are the ones I need to go right for me to beat.
Yeah, we have 4. 4. We have
4 different?
Yep. And I already beat you on 1 because I already got San Diego.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we have Washington, Giants, and New Orleans. Those are the different ones. You picked Washington, Giants, and New Orleans. I have the other team.
Yeah, those are all pretty much toss-ups.
Yeah, they're tough games. So, all right, we'll see y'all next week. Take care and good luck.